So that goes back to me saying that when you go to a foreign land, you are the exotic person. You are the exotic guy. You're the one that these chicks want to keep in their secret diary, like, yes, and I'm with this guy one day at the beach, and we spent the and then we took a day, and he did this to me, and da-da-da, and that's going to be her little secret that her and her girlfriend know. I'm saying they want to have the experiences, too. I'm not even going to tell you whether or not she got a boyfriend or she married.
Is there something about females that you wanted to know but could never figure out? Are you struggling with relationships? Do you feel like you're being taken advantage of by the women in your life? Do you want to know how to leverage the playing field to your favor? Well, did you know that the female mind and the female psyche are mysterious and unexplored regions like the dark web of the internet? For this reason, men need a method of decrypting or hacking the manipulative psyche or dark web of the female mind. Once a man has a deep understanding of true female nature, he will then be able to hack her programming.
Access granted.
The purpose of this book is to help grown males evolve into men so that they can treat the women in their lives accordingly.
You win.
Welcome, welcome, welcome everyone to another edition of the Real Pill Chauvinist Show. I'm your braggadocious, yet very humble host, the Real Pill Chauvinist. Yeah, man, we back at it with another one, doing something a little different. You know, this is my first time doing a reaction video, but I felt it was appropriate for me to do a reaction video to this particular video. I found this video on a channel called Travel Escapes, and the title is What Colombian Women Really Think About Dating Foreigners. Again, it's the channel is called Travel Escapes. The content creator of this channel interviews 2 Colombian women and basically asks them questions about dating foreigners. The reason why I felt it was appropriate to break this down is because a lot of times I tell guys, when you go to foreign countries, you are the exotic person. So you almost don't have to do as much as you would have to do if you were in your domestic or local area. Second thing is, you have to realize that you do not have to leave with your money. You do not have to leave with your wallet when it comes to these foreign women. We're going to break down this video from Travel Escape. Again, the title is What Colombian Women Really Think About Dating Foreigners. And I'll leave a link to this video in the description. So let's break the video down.
Bueno, ¿de dónde eran?
De Medellín, Villavicencio, Colombia.
Ah, qué bueno. ¿Te gusta Medellín?
Me encanta.
Entonces, tengo preguntas sobre tu opinión sobre los extranjeros y los hombres de Estados Unidos, Inglaterra, lugares así. Ah, ¿está bien?
Ajá.
¿Al principio tienen novios?
Ah, sí. Sí.
Oh, qué triste. Ok, entonces, ¿dónde está tu novia?
Él es de Inglaterra.
Inglaterra, ¿y tú?
De los Estados Unidos.
Estados Unidos. Ah, ok, bueno. Entonces, ¿por qué tienen novios?
Okay, so both of them have boyfriends, one from England, one from the United States. Okay, so let's listen more.
Novios extranjeros, ¿por qué no tienen novios locales?
En mi opinión, he salido con algunos colombianos y realmente, en mi experiencia, no ha sido muy buena.
Before she answers why not, let me say my experience when I have spoken to women in foreign lands. And mind you, I don't know anything about the Eastern Hemisphere. I'm mostly talking about the Western Hemisphere, Western culture. A lot of the women that I encounter and I speak to, you know, when I ask them, yeah, do you have a boyfriend? Or how come you don't, you know, how come you're not married yet? You know, you're beautiful, this, that, you don't have no kids. Like, what's going on? Like, oh, well, I don't like the local guys. And they'll go into say basically either they're a-holes. You know what I mean? They treat the women like jerks. They have no respect for them. Or they say without saying the guys don't have no swagger. They have no style, no flair. You know what I mean? It's just straight bland, black and white. You know what I mean? And you know, women love the rainbow. Women love kaleidoscopes. So that's the answer that I've heard in the past, saying that basically the guys are bland, guys are disrespectful, they have no game whatsoever at all. You know what I mean? The type of, real aggressive to come up and just grab them and stuff like, come here, baby, I like you, and you so come here. That's, even if the shorty wanted to initially have sex with him, now she doesn't because it's too direct. The communication is too direct. There's no, like I said, no tact. T-A-C-T.
Con Joe me siento que tengo un poco más de libertad, es un poco más caballero, no son tan posesivos y obviamente la cultura es muchísimo más diferente.
Joe es tu novio.
Sí.
Ok, entiendo. ¿Y tú?
Bueno, los novios que he tenido colombianos, las experiencias han sido en realidad muy buenas, la mayoría han sido buenas. Pues algo que me gusta mucho, que no veo mucho en los hombres colombianos, es que parecen hombres más seguros, no están como con tanto drama. La verdad, eso es algo que me gusta mucho. Están en su mundo y hacen que uno también como mujer esté como concentrada en su mundo y no esté uno tampoco como, no sé, buscando problemas o inseguridades, celos. Siento que también, pues...
See what she just said right there? She said the local guy is so focused on her that he is insecure, always wants to know where she is, always calling, saying wants to see her phone. Whereas if she's dating a foreigner, someone who's in a different country, her boyfriend is in America, he has his own life. He has his own world that he has to deal with. You understand? So his number one priority is not her. And I've stated this in a prior video, just dealing with women in general. Women do not want to be the number one priority in your life. There's too much pressure on them. Yes, they want your attention. Yes, they want your time, but they don't want that to be your focus. So hear what she just said. She'd rather date the foreigner because she initially said because the locals are insecure, but she really exposed herself, not exposed, but she really let the cat out the bag. But the real meaning is she's looking for a guy who has his own world or has his own life to live in, and she gets to visit or she gets to become or enter into his world, and she doesn't become his world. Keep that.
En ser no más fieles, pero no sé, creo que están en su mundo, no están molestando ni con una chica, con otra chica.
No son tan coquetos.
No son tan coquetos, en realidad.
Como la cultura latina. Tienen que ser más.
Entonces, ¿cuáles son las cosas peores con tus novios extranjeros?
Yo diría que peores...
Desapego.
¿Desapego de qué?
Sí, tienden a ser más...
los
hombres
colombianos
tienden a ser más intensos, entonces uno está acostumbrado
a eso.
A que le escriban a uno a toda hora o cosas así, y ellos no son tan apegados.
Pero a mí me gusta eso porque es como, no sé, están haciendo sus cosas, entonces no están perdiendo el tiempo.
Pero lo mismo.
Now you see, even the other one basically said what the first one said. She said, well, they were asked, what do you dislike about, dating a foreigner? And the other one said, the foreigners are detached. They are not like within the Latin culture where people are always texting all the time, so on and so forth. All right? So it just shows you how dichotomous a woman's mind is. Okay? So in one breath, she's saying, because I believe she agreed with the first woman, she's saying that the good thing about it is that they're away and that they're not totally focused on you. They have their own life to live. And when they ask what you dislike, what they say, what did the other one say? Oh, well, the fact that he's not texting me all the time like it is in my culture, and because of that, we don't text all the time, we don't see each other all the time. They're somewhat detached, meaning they're not up their ass. That's what she really means. They can't be around and say, where have you been? I seen you walking with a guy. Who was he? I believe what she's basically trying to say is what she dislikes is the fact that she doesn't have access to him whenever she wants. You have to be able to decode what women are saying.
No sé, están haciendo sus cosas, entonces no están
Pero
perdiendo el
es
tiempo.
por lo mismo, porque te hacen sentir más segura. Entonces tú no necesitas que esté encima tuyo todo el tiempo.
Eso es algo que es bueno, sí. No creo que haya algo en general que sea peor, pero algo que no es como lo más bueno al comienzo de una relación, especialmente cuando son dos idiomas completamente diferentes, dos culturas, es como comprender ese cambio cultural de que lo que para una persona es normal, para uno como latino quizás no, y viceversa. Creo que ese es el punto más crítico.
That's one of the stepping blocks that I had to go through when dealing with foreign women, is understanding the differences in culture. I don't know if I want to go that deep, but let's say in the bedroom, like, they may not be into all the quote-unquote kinky things that, you know, the American culture does, where they may be a little bit more prudish. You understand? Depending on their culture. You understand? Maybe it depends on their religious background. The way you talk to a woman in public, or handle her in public with your hands, you know what I mean? Where you put your hands and stuff like that. That may be disrespectful in some cultures. She's correct though. When as far as the languages, that could also be a stepping block, because a lot of things can be lost in translation, even with a translator. So that's why I advocate for people to learn different languages, whatever country they decide to go to learn that language at least a first grade, second grade level. That can be a conversation starter. And you ask the woman, what are some common cultures, traditions, and so on and so forth. And you can compare and contrast to how it is in your home country.
Más sensibles. Nosotros como latinos tenemos un punto de vista a decir de que las cosas suenan un poco más feas o duras, entonces se enojan muy rápido cuando en realidad lo que estás diciendo no es realmente fuerte.
I just spoke about languages, right? She's absolutely correct in that, because as I just stated, things could get lost in translation. The American language has a lot of words. That's one thing I learned from learning different languages. The American language has a lot of words. So when you go out the country and someone is saying something in their language and you translate it into English, it may seem very direct, very stern, very harsh. So she's correct. At times, Americans can be a little sensitive to the tone or the demeanor that someone delivers in their language, especially if the American doesn't understand the language.
¿Y qué crees que estarían los problemas con un novio extranjero?
Que muchas chicas les gusten.
You heard what she said? Her issue would be that many girls would like him. Think about that. She said, what would be the biggest problem? She said that many girls would like him.
He never described him.
He didn't say 6 feet, 220, make this much money, drop. She already knows that the fact that he's a foreigner, a lot of girls will like him. So that goes back to me saying that when you go to a foreign land, you are the exotic person. You are the exotic guy. You're the one that these chicks want to keep in their secret diary, like, yes, and I'm with this guy one day at the beach, and we spent the and then we took it down, he did this to me, and da-da-da, and that's going to be her little secret that her and her girlfriend know.
I'm not even going to tell you whether or not she got a boyfriend if she married, you heard? I'm not even going to get that far.
I'm just saying you have options. You are the exotic person when you go to a foreign land. Hope you enjoyed it again, RPC, with this travel reaction video. Hope to see you guys soon. Signing out.
Is there something about females that you wanted to know but could never figure out? Are you struggling with relationships? Do you feel like you're being taken advantage of by the women in your life? Do you want to know how to leverage the playing field to your favor? Well, did you know that the female mind and the female psyche are mysterious and unexplored regions like the dark web of the internet? For this reason, men need a method of decrypting or hacking the manipulative psyche or dark web of the female mind. Once a man has a deep understanding of true female nature, He will then be able to hack her programming.
Access granted.
The purpose of this book is to help grown males evolve into men so that they can treat the women in their lives accordingly.
You win.